Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. um, I've I'm I've only taken one trade, which was here, and unfortunately, I actually missed this one by accident. I was trying to clear some papers off of my desk, but took this trade and only got filled on the leader account. It just happened so fast that no fill on the followers. 14.2. Yeah, it was like a 0.8 second trade. So, not surprising. All right, let's see. Need a little bit. I need one more bar to close in the up direction, and then I can start looking for. Never mind. Never mind. But yeah, the where I was filled was at 14.2 seconds, and where I hit the TP was 15.4 seconds. Oh, so 1.2 seconds. I don't know why I said 0.8. I'm a little slow this morning, but yeah. Good morning, Amelia. How are you this morning? So per my community post, I did trade in the power hour. There was no power. It's like watching paint dry. I ended up having to take 3 trades, which I only needed one to get back to full drawdown on the Apex account. I knew that the other account was done for. I wasn't really worried about it though. And yeah, the first trade was one of like these counter trend moves, the alternate one. And the setup was iffy, but I was like, I've been sitting here for so long without a trade that I'll just go ahead and chance it. If it loses, it's cool. Like I can always just blow the account. And it lost. I don't even think it went one, it might have went one tick in my direction, just took off the other way. So then after that, I took basically this setup right here. Well, no, it was an alternate one. It started off with the higher low. Took this divergence at the major level, one, went straight to TP within, I don't know, maybe like 45 seconds to a minute and a half, which is understandable considering the time that I was trading. And then the last trade was a 1 bar pullback, which I do not take those, but it was so close to market close that I was like, all right, I'm just going to max the contracts, go in, and hopefully it goes enough ticks in my direction to close me out and we could be back at full drawdown. And that's what I did. The trade lost, but it went enough ticks in my direction, closed me out at my profit goal, and then we just kept it moving. I then learned that power hour on Fridays is usually when there's no power in the power hour. But that was terrible. Good morning, Janelle. Yeah, power hour with no power. But it's cool. I'm happy I was able to do it though, because I didn't really want to have to start over at 50,000 all over again. If I could just, start off with a little bit of something. So I started off today with a balance of 337.70, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere up in there. Yeah, 337.70. So now we're here. So yeah, missed this sale. My middle half trend was right here. It was already weak, so I was playing off the weakness of the uptrend and trying to go into the downtrend, which it worked out. Would I've gotten filled though? Oh yeah, I would have absolutely gotten filled. Um, so just those 2 trades. And like I was saying in the community post, which I obviously am failing at right now from missing this trade, but my focus is execution. At this point, there's no, not that I don't have any doubts, because I still have certain parts of my, like certain setups where I just still don't have enough data for. But at this point, I have enough of my setups that are 1000% solidified, and I cannot continue to waste time by sitting out of trades when I have a setup that I know has a very high chance of winning. I cannot get distracted like I just was missing this trade. I cannot get distracted. I am going to basically be in my own way at this point. You know what I mean? So the focus is execution. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you. Good morning, New. How are you this morning? So yeah. Oh yeah, update on my eye. Yesterday, the style was definitely starting to form. I was like, yo, my eye hurts. I looked in the mirror and I could see like the little bulb like coming down off of the inside of my eyelid. I was like, So instead of me using a traditional hot pack like I normally do with like a really, really hot towel, I just used my heating pad, and within about 40 minutes of me putting it on my eye, it was already, the spot like busted, and it was like draining in my eyes. So I don't really have pain in it anymore, but I'm gonna hot pack it again one more time today because I cannot come on here looking like I got stung by a bee in my eye or something. So that's the update with that. All right, let's see. No. 33. I have to remember that the prior high is... Wait. You guys. Kill me now. Y'all. I misread the number on this resistance level. So sometimes the prior high will be at the same exact level as a resistance level, and for some reason I was seeing red behind this level that it's not back there. This level is at 968 and the prior high is at 908. So I legitimately, oh my gosh, just kill me now. What the goodness. So I missed my execution is ass today. I missed this trade thinking that the prior high was behind it because I don't like taking buys at the prior highs or sales at the prior lows. That was a 1000% valid trade. I don't know why I saw red behind there. I feel like, was that the only one? Okay. Oh my gosh, kill me now. That is insanity. I swear I thought I saw that red line behind there. Ugh. Ugh. Let me see if I would have gotten filled. Okay. Well, 19.0. All right. Here's the good news. I probably wouldn't have gotten filled. Probably. This bar where my entry would have been was 19.09 seconds. This bar where I would have gotten filled was 19.12 seconds. So the difference of 0.03 seconds, highly likely I would not have gotten filled based on the data lag time. So let's just pretend it never happened. Let's just pretend. Let's just pretend. Cause what? I have no words. No, wait. Do not summon Applejacks. Wait. Shh, Janelle, no. Yeah, no pain Amelia. Wait, no. Don't have her start this too. It's literally, it's not my fault. Not my fault. it's just it's just the way, okay, it's the way in which the level typically looks when it's behind it. Like, I swear I thought I saw red behind there. I promise you I thought I did. My eye is straining a little bit. We're gonna pretend it never happened because that likely wouldn't have gotten filled. Although, and that little pullback for the 0.03 seconds, there was like 91 volume in there. So if our data lag wouldn't have possibly failed us, it probably would have been a trade. Now I know for sure on this one, I definitely would have gotten filled on that one. I know that for sure. I'll show you what the inside of that one looks like. That's a for sure. Yeah. And then this one was the one that I took where, I mean, it just happened so fast. We didn't fill the followers. There was only about 19 volume in that particular little pullback. So okay, we're gonna focus. We're gonna focus. We're gonna focus. No, don't summon her. Oh man. And what's funny is she commented on the community post because I put in there like my focus is execution, and so she commented execution in big words, and I literally commented back like, yeah, because I can't have you stewing. And then how do we start off Monday? How do we start off Monday? I'm gonna get my life. I'm gonna get my life. I'm gonna get my life. Wait for Insanity. Insanity. And the crazy thing is, the only way I realized the prior high wasn't there is I was about to tell y'all I have to be really careful around this resistance level because the prior high is sitting behind it. And as I'm saying that, I'm looking at the prior high on the data box, and I'm like, wait, that's not the same level as the resistance level at all, actually. And that is when I discovered my mistake. That is when I discovered. This was almost a setup, but this bar closed right on that yellow line, which is where we changed to a downtrend. So I couldn't take that. Literally, the level was 73.25 and the close of the bar was 73.25. But aside from that, it was perfect. And it literally went the 18 ticks too, which is the crazy part. I just couldn't take it. Wanted the delta to be, this delta was 45, so I wanted this one to be less than, which it was, but I needed it to be more than 27 because of the double top up there, which it was. And yeah, met the criteria. 42. I think there's gonna be too much delta here. Very interesting. After all of that price action up there, we're about to attempt to change to a downtrend right where we changed to an uptrend. That's what this level is down here. Too much delta in that bar. Good morning, Paul. How are you this morning? Good morning. Good morning. Um, where's a 5-minute? Such a weird place to pull back. I don't really think I've ever seen it do that. Yeah, it was super questionable. All right, let's get rid of this. I'm gonna draw my risk to reward on there, but that was just such a weird way that set up. And we also were very close to the, well, not that close. We were kind of close to the zone that I would have to break even at too, but it was more so just the way it looked when it set up that just, I don't, you could see how we kind of, the entry bar and the previous bar both rotated over the minor half trend. I don't really see that a whole lot. Like most of the time, only the entry bar is going to touch it, not the entry bar and the previous one. So I don't I typically will stay out of those trades, like, because I just don't see it that much, to be honest with you. All right, so first pullback after a new trend change, I'm not taking the trade if it's not like touching the top of the zone. Oh shoot, almost fucked up. Of course it works out. That's a trade I can't take. Let's say 15. Good morning, Pred. How are you? Good morning, good morning. 15. All right, we pushed too far. Back to slightly break even. You done for the day? You shouldn't be trading today? Well, stop. Yeah, you got back to break even. Close up shop. Close it up, close it up, close it up. Especially since you trade in your personal account. I forgot. I actually, dang, I'm kind of mad that trade didn't. I need to, speaking of personal accounts, I need to take another trade on mine because my last trade on my personal account was November 25th. So I just need to take another trade so I don't get hit with the inactivity fee. I try to take a trade like once every 2 weeks. I just been forgetting to, so after the first trade, I'm gonna take it out of my copier. right, looks like we might try to continue the uptrend, and that was just temporary to finish the pullback. I'm not interested in this sale, nor am I interested in the first pullback, so I'll be looking for the next counter trend divergence move. Still have an hour left. Oh, I just realized they did get back to me about that. Alrighty. Really wanted to see this prior high go through the body of the reversal bar down if I'm going to get into a sale. And it's just based on the volume pattern. If it wicks off of the previous high, it doesn't typically work out. I also don't necessarily want to see us push all the way to the new high either. I kind of want to see us reverse before then. Almost 85.25. Still would be a wick. All right, now it would be the body. Now it's invalidated. I just said I didn't want to see it push a new high, but it did, so. So we'll wait for the next pullback. too much volume in it. Where's my... Okay. What a push. Mondays are usually red for you. Did you trade at all today, Amelia? It's so annoying when you look at a 5-minute chart and it's like, so you mean to tell me with all this trending here, I couldn't get anything? Nothing? Now, granted, because of the 8:45 high impact news, I couldn't really start trading until 8:47. So, but still, like, I mean, basically from here, I just didn't have much. Well, I can't say that. I missed 2 trades. But still, like, even in these pullbacks, this pullback to my middle half trend right here, which is too hard of a push off of the high. However, this was a trap, like the sellers were in control here. So I'm wondering if I have a regular pullback after a trend, I mean, not after a new high, and it pulls back to one of the middle or major half trend, I wonder if I can still take it as long as it's a trap. And it's just that I can't take it if it's a trade continuation. But I don't know. Don't know. And it's still just waiting. Really, I'm waiting on the next pullback. This bar, the low of it touched the half trend to the tick. So I can't take trades going back towards it. Small green, good enough. Green is green. What do we always say? What y'all be telling me? Green is green. Okay. Let's see, 88. Dust is kind of flipping back and forth, so oh, well, now it's way too much. This bar actually might not close up at all. It's a lot of negative delta. Exactly. And now there's too much volume in there. So now I have to wait again. Wait, why didn't I know that? Well, that's very interesting. You whores. Wait, let me pay attention. I'm about to show y'all something. Very fucking interesting. All right, 88. I know I made me mad a little bit. Just a tad. No, it's not what I wanted you to do. It's not what I wanted you to do. I wanted the zigzag to change colors, but now I'm starting to wonder if I actually need it to be opposite. Like, I'm going in for a buy, but this is obviously divergence, right? So I typically want the zigzag to be opposite the direction I'm going. But lately it's actually been working out for it to match, as long as it matches my rules. So I don't know. Seeing a weird barcode and trend Mondays on. Ooh, okay. That's something to note. Do you notice that, like, if there's new, what's affected by it? I mean, is it affected by whether or not there's news that day? So I'm about to show y'all something. I got an email from Ninja talking about, this is the indicator that y'all see, the half trend, right? And I never knew there was a difference. I always knew that I would see two different versions of it, but I didn't know there was actually two versions. I just thought that one of them was Ninja's and one of them was their sister brand Renko Kings. Apparently, there is a difference. The one that says RK on it is specifically optimized for Renko candles. But I'm quite sure when I first purchased the indicator, that wasn't the case. It was only one of them. So, I mean, it's working. So why change anything, you know? But I just find that very interesting because I did not know that. I'm sitting here like, why are they advertising to me an indicator that I already have, that I've had for a very long time. Like, I've had this indicator for years. So I was just like extra super duper confused just now. And apparently there's a difference. There is a difference. 3. All right, I was hoping that we pushed up there. But yeah, I had no idea there was a difference at all. It just looks like maybe the trail and stop is tighter on the Renko optimized version, which I mean I could literally do that myself. But I use the default settings, so I never changed anything. Yeah, I never changed anything. Thank you for choosing. We are included 2 complementary indicators. Let's see. Mediocre news. When there are big moves. Lack of liquidity. Yeah, I would definitely just stay out of Mondays then if that's the case. You could save yourself the headache from that for sure. Ooh. Nope, because that doesn't match. That's really... Not sure I really like the double bottom. I don't really think I've taken double bottoms on this trade. I saw a video yesterday. I was watching a lot of different videos yesterday, and I'm curious to see what this double bottom is gonna do. It's like I said, I don't really take double bottoms for this particular divergence, but it looks like it might work out actually. There's the TP. I would have gotten filled. I'll have to pay attention to that. Like typically the only double bottoms that I ever take is in counter trend divergence, and that's it. When it ends with a double bottom. If we were like, let's say we were in an uptrend, we pulled back here, created a double bottom and kept going, I don't ever take that. Literally only counter trend moves. Interesting. Like I don't, first of all, I'm quite sure it doesn't set up often because it's either that or I already declared that I wasn't taking them. So I just wasn't that would be one. So I probably just wasn't even writing them down. Because I probably already declared that I would only take double bottom, double top ends if it was a counter trend move. It looks like on my little sheet, I only have one example. I'm quite sure it's set up way more often than that. I'm quite sure. Now, if it's set up with the order flow pattern that I like, I don't know. But I know it's set up more than once. Going back, yeah, it looks like they just have a tighter trailing stop, which I wouldn't say doesn't benefit me, but I don't really think that's enough for me to upgrade it and pay for it all over again. Let's see. see, the Renko version is exclusively built upon tick data and price action, deliberately excluding moving averages or smoothing methods to align with the unique characteristics of Renko bars. As a result, the plots perfectly match the stair-step-like movements of Renko bars. Well, this does too, though. I might have to watch the little video to see, but excuse me. So it comes with 2 additional indicators, one of which looks like something that could put you in to the trade at the close of the bar. Basically what I already have. So I don't really care about that. Yeah, that's legitimately just a tighter trailing stop. I could literally just go to this specific day and time in the history, pull up the same exact chart and figure out, I could tweak the settings to figure out what settings they're using. Well, what settings are on theirs that would correlate to my old version. But I don't really think... Not to say it wouldn't be beneficial. I just don't think that it's that important, really. When you spot the stair-like shifts in the trailing plot, take it as a cue that the trend is worn out. It's time for you to prepare to exit, which is what mine does. But it also looks like they traded a little bit different. Probably because of the settings. All right. Sell by. See, tighter trailing stop would stop you out much more with your trading style. No, it actually wouldn't. No, I'll show you what I mean. Hold on a second. 1828. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Would you look at that? I'm gonna miss that trade. Yep. Oh, technically it's still... I ain't gonna take it. Oh yeah, that's something new that I did. I don't like that trade actually, so I'm okay with that. Only because of how the yellow line's going through the bar of the candle. I lost a trade like that last week, and when I looked over everything, when that line goes through the bar of the entry bar, I want it to be a trap. But yeah, no, so it won't actually affect the way that I trade, because technically the way that they have you to trade with this indicator is this. I gotta find a good example. There's 2 ways. They either tell you to take the pullbacks at the half trend, as long as the overall trend is up When you have pullbacks to the minor half trend, you take the trade and you put your stop loss behind the trailing stop, which you guys can't see, but that's where I just didn't want the extra lines on the chart, but that's where like the colors change. So the trailing stop would have been here. Or what they do is they have you to, let's say that this changes back to an uptrend on the minor trend, you immediately get into the buy because the overall trend is an uptrend. So you either take pullbacks or you take, hold on, 24. Okay, that was invalid. So you either take the pullbacks, 12, or you just take the start of the minor trend that's in the same direction of the overall trend. And so you put your stop loss at the trailing stop and you attach it to it. So as the market's moving, the trailing stop is moving the stop loss for you or whatever. I've never traded it either of those ways just because I just prefer to just scalp and get out. I don't feel like riding a trend. And also I think it depends on obviously your Renko settings as well. I don't feel like it works as well on the Renko settings that I use. And so so it looks like on the newest version, and you can kind of tell from the picture, you can see that like the trailing stop seems to be a lot tighter. Well, you guys can't see mine, but it looks a lot tighter than mine. And so what it looks like they're doing with this Renko version versus the one that I have is that basically they don't even have two different versions like they used to teach us to have. It looks like it's just one version. And so whenever the trend changes, you just get in and you ride the trend and put your stop loss at the trailing stop. That's what it looks like to me. 34, 56. Because literally all of the versions that they have, let's see, 56, 78. That's going to be invalid. All of the different examples that they give, you can see they're telling you to get in right when the trend changes and you get out at the trailing stop. Get in when the trend changes, get out at the trailing stop. All of the examples are like that. Now, their Renko settings though on the Nasdaq, well, they have different ones. They have a 20 and 5 chart, 20 and 10 chart, 12 and 4 chart. 12 and 4 seems like it's like their most popular one though. I have noticed that for sure. Hold on, one of my friends is texting me. All right, now if this trade works out, I'm going to have to just take the double bottoms with this particular setup. Yeah, so I could take it then. I'm just not used to seeing it really, because that's 2 trades so far today. I would have had to hope to get filled right there. It's only like a 0.5 second difference between where my order would have been placed and then where I would have gotten filled. Delta is exactly what I'm looking for on that particular trade, but like I said, I'm just not used to really seeing the double bottoms there. And so essentially the only thing that I care about with this divergence in the same direction of the trend is I want the delta of the entry bar to be less than the previous delta in the same direction. right? And so you can see this one was 56 and this one was 51. And you could see I would have likely gotten filled there. I'm not all the way quite sure. But if I show you the, is this the other one? I feel like that was the other one. $56. Where's the other one? Yeah, this is the other one. All right, so the other one was here. Same exact setup. We just didn't, you know, pull all the way back to the zone, but same exact setup. So the previous delta, delta of this bar was 106. Delta of this bar was less than 106. It was 39. And you can see we pushed right on up. Would have definitely gotten filled. I would have to see if this would have been a break-even bar, but would have definitely gotten filled. So I'm just gonna have to remind myself that the double bottoms and double tops in those scenarios, as long as it follows the regular order flow pattern that I'm looking for, everything's fine. And actually that would have been a full TP because the TP is the bar before this one pulled back to the entry. Great. It's like 4 good trades that I didn't get into today. 3, 4. But those two are I can't, it's not something that I typically do. Now I also don't really have it on my sheet to not take them. It's just they don't happen often, so I just didn't have enough examples to be able to say yay or nay. I don't like to have to repay for something newish, not even, yeah, exactly, a million. That's the other thing. Like if I bought the original version, why should I have to pay for the Renko version? That doesn't make sense. I mean, let's see, market extreme super fast. I should at least get a super duper de-duper discount on it, especially with how long I've had mine, you know. Yeah, that's pretty ass. The only thing I wonder is for the regular pullbacks, is it as optimized? Because I wouldn't trade it the way that they're saying anyway. I mean, I could literally do that on my own on the one that I have. I'm just interested to know if the optimized version would be painting my half trends different than how they paint now, because if it's going to optimize everything from that standpoint, it could possibly be worth it in the future. I mean, I'm not going to buy it today or tomorrow or anything, but especially because their indicators are not cheap at all. All right, we're at 10 o'clock. Kind of annoyed today. Let you borrow some hair, girl. I'm still trying to grow mine back. Wait till it's back down my back first. Good morning, Applejacks. MRN days are about to be on my no-no list. Aye. You don't like the price action of today either? Only thing I don't like about 8:45 high impact news is like, I don't like how I started 9:35. I mean 8:35, and then I have to stop at basically 8:38. So it's just 3 minutes of trading. Like I might as well just not even get on. But there are times where that one little trade will happen right before I have to stop trading, and so I don't really want to miss out on that for no reason, you know, but it's just annoying. It really throws things off. Oh shoot, I forgot to look at what he said. What is wrong with my friend? He sent me this asking yes or no. I'm about to show y'all what it is. 3-pack men's open front briefs. Sir, get out of my phone before you piss me off. Janelle's hit her head and experienced an amnesia. She forgot who's the sugar mom. Oh my gosh, I'm done. No, this is my friend for real. This is my friend for real. Because why? Kofi. This is my friend that's kind of been helping me through all this like depression stuff. And no, this is not my sneaky link. Actually, to be honest with you guys, I have not talked to him in a while. I don't know what's going on. I know he broke his phone, but yeah, I haven't talked to him in like over 2 weeks, which is when he broke his phone. You gave back too much? Yeah, in the day. Flow's album? Who is that? I don't really listen to music much. This man said, I told him just go commando. He said nah, because crotchless panties hit different too. I don't have time. Oh, that's this group right here. Never heard of the Access All Areas album. Well, hello, Grace. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the family. Thank you for the sub. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Found a pretty woman again. Oh, thank you, Blackout. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. How are you this morning? You need to get it together. Yeah. That's all I'll say. That is all I'll say. It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. All right, let's lock that there. We got 20 minutes left, 25 minutes. If I feel like it today, I might, heavy on the might, not really sure. But I might go back and just go through like the last month and a half worth of data. Look at all the times where the divergence in the same direction of the overall trend ends with a double bottom, has the order flow pattern I'm typically used to, like I typically would trade. And I want to just write those examples down to see if this is something that's consistent, right? Because like I said, I only have one written on my little sheet where I have all my setups kind of like broken down by volume and order flow pattern combinations. And it looks like I only have one example written down so far right now. So I don't really want to use that. But we won both of these times. This time and that time. We won both of those times. So there is a possibility that that's a thing. But we'll have to see though. We will have to see. So I don't really think. Let's scroll back a little bit real quick. See if it's set up any other times like that today. Should be a pretty quick scroll. Nope, those are the only two times. So yeah, we'll just have to see. All right, so I am looking for the counter trend divergence. However, not right here. I don't want it to be attached to this resistance level. So if it is, we'll just wait for the pullback to happen instead and look for that. I really don't want to go through the last month and a half of data to look for that. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't. But I might have to, because I don't want to cheat myself, screw myself out of extra profit when I could just know now. That way, if it starts setting up again tomorrow, I could take the trades, you know. But if we clear this resistance level, I am going to be looking to get into a sell. I just don't want it to be attached to my entry bar. So we got to push up like another 4 points or so in order for that to happen. My eye is twitching. So let's just see if we can clear it. 134. We have like quite a bit of room for the delta to paint the pattern I'm looking for. I just need the delta to be less than 134. So we got some room there. So we'll see. Good morning, S. How are you this morning? Need to journal, especially on your option plays. Please do. It is so important. Like, so important. I promise you guys, when I'm probably going to release a video after I pass my next eval, just showing like the process that I went through, putting my strategy together, and just how to journal effectively to figure out what adjustments you need to make to your strategy. Because, you know, we always say you can't be 100% accurate, right? However, if you can increase the efficiency and the efficacy of your strategy, why not? You know, are you going to sit out of more trades? Yeah, but what if you see that over a period of time, that thing that you made adjustments to, yeah, you might have sat out of 10 trades, but what happened if it was 6 wins and 4 losses? Is the +2 really, well, it depends on your win-loss ratio, but let's say it was 5 and 5. Was it worth it? Now, if you have at least a 1 to 2 win risk to reward ratio, then yeah, break even 5 to 5 is fine, right? However, if you find that you have more of a 1 to 1, one thing that I've been noticing a lot lately, especially like going over to Nutty's channel and talking to different people in the chat, a lot of people are they're so set on trying to catch the whole move, right? And they've learned that, like, hey, just go for a 1 to 2, go for a 1 to 3. But well, what does the market structure look like? You can't just go for a 1 to 2 just because you want to. You know, that doesn't work that way. You got to have more supporting documentation than that. But I also noticed that a lot of people don't realize they would probably fare better not having a runner. And I asked this in Nutty's stream last week, but he might have been losing that day and he just wasn't really paying attention to the chat. But I asked him, I said, do you think that if you actually just stop trying to have runners, that you would actually fare better than trying to have runners, right? Because one of the things that I noticed when I was intraday swing trading, and this was when I was using traditional candles, not when I started using Renkos to do it, I would always find that wherever my trailing stop would get hit, I might as well have just took the profit on both of my contracts at the scalp level. Because by the time you have just that one contract that you took profit and then the one where the trailing stop hit, you would have had more money just taking profit with both right at the scalp level. And I noticed that with a lot of people, and somebody in the comments in the chat that day was literally saying like, hey, I kind of noticed that with myself too. And it's like, I don't know if it's a greed thing. I don't know if it's a FOMO of I don't want to feel like I missed the whole move. Like, what if I get out here and then the market just takes off another 100 points? Who gives a damn? Because guess what? You can't predict that the market was going to go another 100 points. And I think for me, that's why scalping, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with taking my little 4.5 points. The market can go another 200 ticks. I don't give a damn. I got my money out of it. I got what I was supposed to get out of it. But everybody doesn't have that thought process. And I just noticed that, like, a lot of people on YouTube who trail, who do a trailing stop, they would do so much better if they just up there. Because here's the other problem: when you're going for a scalper and a runner, the other problem with it is that typically you're reducing your size in order to do so. So you'll trade with 2 micros or 4 micros or something like that. And it's like, what if you just used the same number of contracts, or maybe because you have a tighter stop loss, you could just use a mini and make more money taking profit early than you would if you trade with 2 or 4 micros and you're depending so heavily on this runner. A runner with 2 micros, a runner with 3 micros. What's the point? And this is not downing what anybody's doing. I'm just making an observation of literally what I'm seeing. So I don't know. FOMC and contract. Yeah, Applejacks this week might be a little trash. No futures trading for me. There are no 8+8. Yeah. Oh, so you stop pretty early. I still trade usually. Yeah, it's definitely not worth. It's not worth being aggravated. Yeah, somebody trying to make up for a red day. It's like it's so much that people don't realize. Like, some of the decisions that they make when they start adjusting certain things are literally just based on FOMO or them trying to revenge trade and things like that. Like, just take what the market gives you. And I forgot, it might have been in a Discord somewhere. I feel like somebody asked me how I came up with the Renko settings that I'm using. Why did I decide on 16 ticks? And I just told them that when I used to trade with a 16 and 2, then a 20 and 2, then I went to a 20 and 1, and then I dropped to a 16 and 1 on Nasdaq. And essentially what happened was I was using multiples of 4 because obviously there's 4 ticks in a point. I don't want like weird price action because I'm going for like 2.5 points per bar instead of just 4 or something like that. And so I literally just put a 24 on there. Didn't really like it. Put a 20 on there. I'm like, this is cool. But when market conditions are not so favorable, if we are doing a lot of consolidation, asking the market to reverse 40 ticks for a reversal bar and then wanting more, like wanting another 20 ticks on top of that, is a lot when volume and volatility is low and we're consolidating. So I'm essentially on a 20 tick chart, I'm asking the market to move like 62 to 64 ticks in order for me to get a take profit. That's a lot. Whereas when I drop down to 16, it's like 32 ticks plus another 16. So actually, no, on a 20 tick chart, yes, about 65. On a 16 tick chart, I'm only asking the market to move about 40 something ticks. It's a little bit more stable, right? And it's not a lot to ask out of the Nasdaq, even when the market is not that great. But that person said that they had read somewhere where like the average smooth move on the Nasdaq is about 16 to 20 ticks. So I forgot where he said he read it, and I was like, very interesting. Now, do I get a lot more like consolidation at times? Sure. But most of the time you guys don't see me get caught up in chop. Like I don't even think we had any super choppy areas today. Yeah, no, we didn't have any super choppy areas. But when chop does happen, I typically draw it out before it even, I draw it out like 15 to 20 minutes typically before it even happens, so that I can avoid it, because I know exactly, based on my indicators, I know exactly where the chop will happen before it happens. Essentially, as soon as my middle half trend changes to a totally different direction than the other two, or really when it changes directions from the major one, if it's not following the major trend, so let's say right now the middle half trend right in here is showing a sell, I know it's going to consolidate. It's going to consolidate until we break either way, right? So I don't really care to get big moves. The most I've ever gone for as far as a TP goes, like ever since I started trading with Renkos, is probably like 22 ticks. Good morning, Granny. It's about 22 ticks, and that was when I was on a 20 tick chart. I used to trade a 20 tick chart on ES, Nasdaq, crude oil, and golds. Now, I wouldn't get setups every single day. They would happen about every other day, and they were pretty profitable, you know? But I just don't care to go for that much anymore. Good morning, True. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Oh, wait. Let me back up. Oh, somebody was up 45 points and didn't take it. Yeah. See, yeah. And that's literally just greed. There's no way you're going to tell me you're up 45 points and you don't take it. Even if you're on micros, right? And you're just like, that's not enough money. Well, guess what? You need to up your contract size and stop going for so much. Because for some people, it's literally the number, the profit number. They don't care about anything other than that. And that's a problem. And that's what leads them to wanting to go for the bigger targets. But who cares? Because let me tell you something. If I can make $100, all right, I'll give y'all a good example. There was somebody's live stream that popped up in my news feed yesterday. Never seen this person before. Hold on. And they were live the entire trading day. They made $250 trading micros. Okay. Nothing wrong with it. However, to sit on the charts for that long and get that small of a profit because you are trading micros, why not just trade minis and get the hell on with your life? Why? I don't get it. 79. All right. We got 10 minutes left. I am looking to, nope. Too much delta. Way too much delta. But yeah, it's like, okay, I'm going for 4.5 points. My take profit is $87. I risk 93.98 to make 86.02. But I think on Tradeovate it's like, what is it, 86.90. All right. For me, if I'm gonna make $200, I'd rather get my 2 little trades in and keep it moving. No runner needed. I take my profit and I get the hell on with my life. I can't sit on the charts all day. Not for a micro, not for a mini, not for nothing. And that's why I like scalping. That's also why I like scalping with such a tight risk to reward, a tight stop loss, because I can go for a mini and be just fine. I could be just fine. 151. All right, let's see. This market is just so. Anyway. Still trading blue. My eval was trading. Tomorrow's another day. Is tomorrow is another day. It's the person. As you drop, as said, I try runners for a week. Ain't for me. No, I feel you. Hit the high 3 times. It was greedy. Like, come on. Yeah. Especially if you're still trying to push it and we're pushing highs. That, like, there's just certain things where, like, the market is telling you. It came back to this spot multiple times. The market is telling you, get the hell on. Get out. I'm about to turn. Not you jealous because he get the London session without having to sleep. He don't lose sleep for it. That's very true. All right, we got 8 minutes left. Kind of annoyed at that freaking trade right there. Just a tad, just a tad. All right, will we get divergence play? Nope, because you want to reverse right here. These pullbacks were weak, so we could be heading for a reversal. Let's see. My mom must not have had to work this morning. I wonder if now started her vacation. Trying to see if we're gonna, okay. I want to pull back to 26. Possibly. Or not. Why is my eye twitching so much? Of course not. The market just does what the fuck it wants to do. 82, 89. Damn it. I was hoping here we pushed down, but we did not. Got 4 minutes left. I mean, 5 minutes left. It's been a very annoying day. Very annoying. Yeah. You off work? Okay. Thank you, mommy. All right. What was I about to tell y'all? So this divergence trade right here might work out well in the future. I don't really know for sure. I've only recorded one setup happening this exact same way in the past, so I don't want to call it yet, but I am going to put on my cheat sheet that this is a possible setup. The only thing I didn't like about this setup was that the previous high went through the bar of the entry candle, and based on that particular order flow pattern, I typically like for it to go through the wick. Yeah, I typically like for it to go through the wick. However, I think it's a little bit different when there's a new high, if I'm taking the divergence off of a high, new high or new low. So I'll just record it and we'll see what happens in the future, but that is a possible setup for the future. We'll just have to see. I want to take this divergence play, but I want it to pull down just a little bit more. I don't want it to go up right there. We got 2 minutes for it to make a decision. I just wanted to pull back like 3 or 4 ticks lower. But it looks like it's going to change right there anyway. All right. 36, 63. Alright, I'm gonna have my finger on the break even button because we are kind of trying to set up, but it's kind of flipping back and forth as well. Hopefully I don't get hoed. If I lose this trade, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. And I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Alright, whatever. Alright, let me show y'all the accounts because I'm super fucking annoyed now. I probably could have closed it right at 10:30, possibly. I don't know. It's whatever. That trade doesn't set up a whole lot, and because the market was so ass today, I just decided to just go ahead and take it. There was no rules to say not to. It's whatever. Alright, so we ended red. Well, break even on the Apex account since I did get a win on that particular account or whatever. And then we're just red on these 2 accounts. Also, my personal account, which, well, we just trade a micro over there. It's no big deal. Yeah, so I took 2 trades, a win that didn't get copied to all the other accounts. Otherwise, those would be break even as well. How nice. And that's that. So whatever. Let me go back. Good morning, Ola. How are you? What's the... Oh, okay. It got approved. I was just about to ask what your update was. Okay, so the invitation from Plane can take up to a week. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it don't take that long, but it can take up to a week. Then just make sure you fill everything out like right away, and then the payout should be sent like within a couple of days after. After this first payout, you don't have to worry about the extended time of getting the payout since your plane and everything will be connected by then. Price action looks like it's drying up. Absolutely. And that's why I stop at 10:30. Well, I used to stop at 10 o'clock, but that's why I stop at 10:30. And that's kind of why I wish I would have just closed out of this trade at 10:30 because I definitely had time to. Um, but it's whatever. I don't care. It is what it is. What setup this is? Oh yes, S is cool. Um, this is a Renko chart. The settings are 16 and 1, so every reversal bar from the highest or lowest point to the close of the candle takes about 32 to 33 ticks to close, and then each bar in the direction of that reversal bar, each tick in that direction closes a new bar. So like Heikin-Ashi, it has a fake open, but this one has a real close. And then I just have different, this is half trends, a minor one to show me the minor trend, and then the major one to show me the overall trend direction, which colors the background of the chart. And then I just have like order flow VWAP, current day open high low, prior day open high low close, and then I have pivot levels as well. And that's really it. So I scalp 1-to-1, 18 tick stop loss, 18 tick take profit, very tight stop. And I basically use volume and order flow to enter trades. And yeah, that's that. You're tempted to buy. So I almost bought a Tradeify account. It wasn't going to be the straight to fund it. It was going to be the advanced account because they were giving away, well, not giving away, you still had to pay, but you could get a 100K account for $15. I mean, it ended last night though. You had to get it before midnight. So I thought about it. And the only reason I didn't pull the trigger is because I really don't want to diversify outside of Apex and Top Step until I get my first payout. Like I chose these two companies because for me, it made the most sense in the payout structure. Well, at the time, because at the time Apex didn't have the buffer and stuff that was needed. But it made the most sense in that they have the track record. I mean, some people hate Apex and feel like they rug pulled all these people with DCA back some months ago and things like that. I've never had an issue with Apex, so and their rules don't affect me because I trade with a tight stop loss as well. And I have good risk management. So I was gonna do it, but I'm like, first of all, I still don't feel ready. My strategy I feel like is ready, but I don't feel ready. So, and I don't want to spend extra money for no reason. So once I get my first payout from one of the accounts, then I'll diversify, but I'm about 95% sure I'm gonna go with Take Profit Trader. There's just certain things with certain companies I'm not really interested in. The only thing that I like about Tradeify is they're kind of like the old Apex where, you know, you could withdraw into the buffer. However, with them reducing the number of accounts, you don't do that for no reason, right? We can read between the lines. As much as they say it's not a solvency issue or anything like that, and they're trying to combat some of the schemers and scammers or gamers or whatever, there's a reason why you reduce the number of accounts, you know, as a newer company. They've had some rule changes, but I don't really feel like it's been anything major or anything. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Take Profit Trader is going to be the one that I go with because to me, I feel like the only hang up that I see people talk about with Take Profit Trader is just that the hitting the daily loss limit is a hard breach. You lose the account. Well, I wouldn't hit that daily loss limit, so that doesn't bother me. And it looks like for the most part, like on a 50K account, I could be wrong, but based on what I read through the FAQ is that basically on the 50K account, once you're in I think they call it a master account, but when you're in a PA, basically, once you hit 52,000, your intraday trailing stop stops moving. And basically you can withdraw anything above the 52,000. You can't withdraw into that safety net, but you can withdraw anything on top of it. And there's no minimum trading days, there's no trading windows, no nothing. So if you go in and your first day after hitting 52,000, you make $500 and you want to withdraw that $500, you can. If I'm not mistaken, you can withdraw daily. The only hang up or caveat to it is that if you withdraw less than $250, you get hit with a $50 fee. But anything over $250, you can withdraw with no fees or anything. So I have been thinking about them. I have. Let me go back. Look for the Advent deals. They have some decent discounts. It's different every day. Today hasn't posted. The Black Friday deal. Wait, what? For the Black Friday deal, it would say your credit card didn't go through, but it did. Oh, so you ended up with 3 accounts because you thought, oh no. But yeah, I haven't heard any bad things about Tradeify at all so far. I mean, some people's hang up is just Brett's past, I guess. With I guess whatever he did in options or something. I don't know. But Tradeify as a company, I haven't heard anybody complain. So I don't think it's a bad idea if, if the rules that they have work for your strategy, if the payout rules work for you, then I say go for it. I mean, until you hear something bad about a company or they start doing certain things that are a little sus, like them reducing the number of accounts is not really sus per se, but it does say a lot when all you had was, didn't they go from 5 to 7 and like now back to 5 or something like that? But I haven't heard anything bad. The only thing I'm hearing bad right now in the prop streets is the same shit with profit trade. And I think anybody who continues to buy accounts there are absolute goofballs, and you deserve whatever's coming to you, because regardless of what these people are saying, it's the actions. And I feel like at this point, it's kind of like some gaslighting going on there too, because first of all, you telling us what the scammers and schemers are doing, I don't really care. Where's my money? I don't care if you have to take out a loan to pay the people that are pending who deserve payouts. Because what if you're saying that you're solvent, if you're saying that you have all these different options as far as funding goes, well, use the goddamn funding and pay these people their freaking money. Like, because what are they supposed to do? Wait for you to sue these people and take years to get the money from them? Like, I just don't understand what the hang up is, right? And as I've said before, they have zero excuses, because you got all these people into your company because you played off the fact that the CEO was part of another company. I think they were part of what, TickTick or Lilu, one of the two. So you played off of that. People put their trust in you because you had the experience already, just for you to go around and do the same thing to them that inexperienced CEOs have done and rug pulled them. You could sit here and say you haven't rug pulled because you haven't shut down in their whatever little stupid gaslighting email they sent about, like, it wouldn't be advantageous for us to rug pull and shut down because there's no payout coming to us and da da da. Like, shut up. Shut up. You can't say that. We don't know what your finances are. You could have $500,000 just sitting off to the side that you refuse to touch. Kind of like Scott. Remember, Scott was like, oh, we have $2 to $3 million in cash that we're not touching. So you owe all these people, and I get why you want to have a cash reserve, but you owe all these people, so why don't you touch it? So you can't say that you're solvent, but you're not paying people out. And I don't even know the last time they have paid people out. I watched a video last night where a guy was saying that they haven't paid anybody out in like 3 weeks, even though the CEO blew him off in Telegram and said, well, I have to go do payouts. He's like, haha, payouts? You haven't done that in 3 weeks. What are you talking about? So yeah, buy one get one free for their 100K. Yeah, the only thing I saw was what Jess Trades with Jess posted yesterday about the $15 $100,000 account. Not road trucker. This 4 rules January 1st. Yeah, like, I think that they did a good job with not. That's the other thing with Profit Trade. Who, as a brand new company, would come out with 23 accounts that you can get? That was the that was the biggest red flag I've ever seen in my life. And you have no excuse. Anybody who starts a prop firm right now, you have no excuse as far as scammers, schemers, none of that, because every CEO of every company that has been sustainable, who has gone through all of these issues with the scammers and schemers, have publicly stated exactly what these people are doing. They're trading in groups. They have people trading for them using Replicanto. They are churning and burning in certain ways. There are so many things that people have been 100% transparent about in regards to what these people are doing. And you went and started a company. First of all, you were already a target because you were new. Then you were a new company that's allowing 23 accounts. Then you were a new company that practically had no rules. What the hell you thought was going to happen? You thought these people done ran through Apex, Fast Track, Top Step, Beulah Knox. You think they ran through all these companies and they weren't going to run through yours, Mr. Experienced CEO? Just insane. I can't. But anyway, I'm off my soapbox. I'm annoyed with today. Mainly just because I'm just annoyed. I kind of am annoyed most that I didn't use to trade after 10 o'clock, and that damn trade set up, what, 2 minutes before I was done trading, and I went ahead and I took it. And maybe it's just something where I need to start like, hey, right at 10:30, just break even, because 10:30 is like that sweet spot of don't take no more trades after this. Volatility and volume has dried up. Just don't take nothing. So maybe that was my fault. It wasn't really a FOMO thing or anything like that. Y'all know how I am. I want to take every single setup in every single session. That's the only way for me to truly know what my edge is. So it's just that, but just an annoying day, but it is what it is. We should probably be rolling over tomorrow. I would expect. You guys can see that the volume is pretty much split. And today is the last day until rollover, so we should be rolling over, and maybe things will be a little bit different tomorrow, especially since the contract volume shouldn't be split tomorrow, but we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye guys.